Hey everyone, my name is Brooklyn Knoll, and this is my show off over the anterior spinothalamic tract. Let's get started. Okay, so the function of the anterior spinothalamic tract, it is a basic sensation of touch and pressure. So as we discussed in class, it works for crude touch and crude pressure, and crude touch and crude pressure is just another word for light touch and light pressure. And I really like the example given in class where he said, when there's a wasp or like a fly or a bug sitting on your arm, the anterior spinothalamic tract is the one that senses this touch and pressure, and it sends it up to your brain that, hey, there's a wasp sitting on your arm, just like, from the touch and the pressure. And we said when it stings you, that is the lateral side giving you the pain, not the anterior spinothalamic tract. So the direction of movement is afferent, which means that the system starts from the spinal cord and then travels up to the thalamus and then travels to the primary sensory cortex in the brain. And so to break this down over here, I said that the pathway is from the spinal nerve to the spinal cord, and then the spinal cord to the thalamus, and then the thalamus to the sensory cortex. So, and then on this side, I broke down the three parts of the neurons. And as you can see, I just color coded it from right here because I'm going to walk y'all through that. And so I said the first order neurons, which are down here, it begins at the spinal nerve, which meets at a junction right here to form the second order neurons. And so here, the yellow part, the second order neurons, after forming these neurons at this junction, the second order neurons cross over to the contralateral side, or decussate, to the anterior part of the spinal cord, aka the ventral side. And then they travel up the disc of the spinal cord to meet at the junction of the thalamus. So the blue part right here is the third order neurons. And so we said after meeting at the thalamus, this little junction right here, the second order neurons stop, and then the third order neurons begin and travel into the primary sensory cortex to give us this sensation feeling. Okay, and so lastly, one thing that really helped me whenever I was preparing for test one was having an interactive model and going through the show-offs. For example, I really, really like this YouTube video, and it's very short. We don't have to go over it, but it breaks down the spinal pathways into 3 different parts. And so you can very, very easily see the anterior spinothalamic tract, but then also you can see the lateral. So I'll just click on it.
Receive up to $48,000.
Sorry, ignore the ad. And like I said, we don't have to watch all of it, but I will show y'all.
Spinothalammic tract.
So he tells you the functions of it. He starts at the body and then walks you through all of it.
Within LaSalle's fascicula. Dorsal horns cross to the other side.
Shows you how it crosses over to the other side.
The spinothalamic tract
travels up to the thalamus and to the postcentral gyrus. So like I said, it just walks you through the entire thing just drawn out, in a 3D model, and then also tells you what it travels through and its functions. So yeah, I hope y'all really like this, and I hope it helps you for test number 2.